Hello students, welcome back to the online class again. Now as we completed part 1 and part 2 of chapter number 5, there is more about the keyboard. Keyboard key maramda part 1 amasung part 2 loikre. Chapter number 5 key dugi matungda ji akoina tawgadoribasi. Now let's see what is the next topic here. Now as we have completed the delete keys also last time, now let's see the testing time. Now type your full name in Notepad. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ Notepad ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ Notepad ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯌꯨꯇꯔꯗ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ application ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩ. ꯁꯤ computer ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ operating system ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ computer ꯊꯥꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ operating system ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ Notepad ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ. Now once you have installed operating system in your computer, in any computer, maybe in desktop or maybe in laptop to or desktop to koina computer si seasonally hagadi magi system software haibadi operating system hapamada daka oi operating system si hapamatamda already masana sigi notepad si dum yaujara so when you open this notepad and type your full name, now delete your surname with the help of the delete keys. Now while writing your name, you must be writing your surname and your name, surname plus your name. So when you want to delete your surname with the help of the delete keys, how you have to do is, now type your full name in full name with surname. You have to write then now delete your surname with the help of delete key. Now if you want to delete with the delete key your surname, what you have to do is you have to bring the cursor to the first letter of your surname. Haibadi nangi surname gi mamang ithang thangba letter do adugi mamang da thamragadi delete to yaroi, because a delete key deletes the character to the right, deletes a character to the right of the cursor, and the cursor blink to laiba. As I have told you in the previous class also, sumana laiba line chinga ngalaga laiba sibu koina blink to lai sibu koina cursor hai. Okay, now these cursor you have to bring to the front, okay, of your surname, so that you can delete your surname one by one to the right. Yet lomda amamamta letter amamamta kake harabadi koina kogi surname habdi yumnak to adugi kwai mamang thangba letter do adugi mamang da sigi cursor si uraga laaneba. Then when you press the delete key, it will delete one character to the right. Cursor dugi yet on the label character amma hanaka ani next one by one it will delete your surname. This is how you can delete your surname. You can practice this at home if you have computer. Now write your friend's name. Select it by dragging the mouse. Delete it with the help of the delete key. Now this is another method of deleting. Okay. Now what we have to do is in here you have to write your any of your friend's name. Maybe you can write your best friend's name. And khwaidagi hena duntiman namanabadi maming du iba yare. Ira matungda what you have to do is by using the mouse, you select it by dragging the mouse. Select over adi board ama select okay hagadi click toraga left mouse button. By clicking on the left mouse button, you drag the mouse hidi left mouse button se namaga thamaga mouse ki koina namaga sum chingba aduga koina koigi friend gi mingdo select obirane. Okay, then after that you can press the delete key. Then the surname will then the name then the your friend's name will be deleted at once. Amuktang delete key amakak nambada nagi friends gi mingdo adum pulap mutkhraneba select oragadi. Okay, haibadi suppose your friend's name is Jimmy. The spelling is Jimmy, Jimmy. Suppose if you want to delete your friend's name with the help of this delete key, you have to bring before the letter J, because your friend's name start with Jimmy. J na hobanina J gi mamang da pora ani kazadu. Jimmy, Jimmy habanina J gi mamang da pora ani kazadu. Aduga delete key is in ahamba. When you first press the delete key, it will delete the letter J, which is on the right of the cursor blink tꯧꯔ ꯂꯩꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ right ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯃꯨꯠꯂꯅꯦ J ꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ then I then M then second M then Y ꯑꯃꯃꯝꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯨꯠꯀꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ we have to press the delete key how many times J I M M Y 5 times we have to press the delete key in order to delete your friend's name. But while selecting with the mouse na click toroga select torodi the whole name Jimmy will be selected, and if you press the delete key once delete key se amuktang nambada sagi maming Jimmy do amuktang da pulak oina mutkhane J I M M Y do pulak oina amutada mutkhane. Okay, no need for pressing the delete key 5 times. Okay, J I for one delete key for J, then for I, then for first M, then second M, then Y. J I M M Y Jimmy ji mga numbers wale only select over the only you can press only once the delete key, the whole name Jimmy will be deleted. Okay, because when you select a word or letter or a sentence or a page or 2 page 3 page 100 pages, if you select all, if you select something, the computer takes it as a character amakhatang nen lawewa nang line ama select already delete key amakhatang nambada line do pula mut kine word ama select already maybe the word may contain 7 letters, 8 letters, 9 letters, 12 letters, it doesn't matter. If you select a word, if the computer takes it as a character, if you select the whole document or the whole page then you press the with the help of mouse and selector then you press delete key only once. Delete key because that whole thing whichever you have selected, the computer takes it as a one character. Okay, understood? Khangani ko gyan tarani ko sibok se gyan taramani khale haibadi akoi sigi delete key se hana loigrabani. This is just example ne a computer le ready yumda maybe laptop or desktop le ready yumda try tawna bani. Okay. Then after that, now look for the two delete keys on the keyboard. Keyboard yauriba arrow gi mathakta delete key me yaure seda. There are two delete keys. I already told you in the previous class that on a keyboard there are two delete keys. One is on top of the arrow key, arrow key here, and the other is the on the numeric keypad, present on the numeric keypad here. Okay. Now what is written on the delete key in the numeric keypad? Now what is written on the delete key on the numeric keypad? Delete key se kai thage hai. Okay. Now you can see on a keyboard, numeric keyboard delete key se study only del kitang thane. Shortcut we can call it as delete 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 se sigi shortcut samjalaga first 3 letters hilorga del kitang thane memory keypad adi. Okay, you can see on your keyboard if you have computer at home, you can see at home keyboard delete sigi memory keypad adi del kitang thane aduga sigi up arrow gi mathakta laise si 4 arrow key si mathakta laiba delete key is delete delete and full thane. Okay, just look if you have computer at home, you look on the keyboard. Okay, computer keyboard you can see that delete key on top of the arrow 4 arrow keys is written in full, while the delete key on the numeric keypad is written in shortcut, that is del only here. Okay, now you can see on the keyboard if you have computer. Okay, now let's see the next chapter, the next topic, that is the backspace key. Now let's see what this backspace key do. Now you can backspace, I will show you on the keyboard again here in the previous page. Here this is known as the backspace key. This is known as the backspace key. Okay, now let's see here. Let's come back to the backspace only again. Now backspace key. The backspace key is located just above the enter key. As I told you, it's just located on the just above the enter key. On some keyboards it is marked by a backward arrow. Now in some keyboard it is written as backspace. Okay, BACKSPACE, backspace, like this. But in some keyboards it is written as backward arrow, one arrow like this, backward pointing arrow. In some keyboard backspace is not written, but it is written as backward arrow like this. A backward pointing arrow, a left pointing arrow will be written here in some keyboard. Okay, now what is the function of these backspace key? Now let's see here. It is located just above the enter key. You can see here, as I told you. I'll go back to the previous page again. Now this is the enter key here. Now on top of this is a backspace. Now it is written as backspace here, but in some keyboard it may be written as like this, left-headed arrow, like this, left-headed arrow. Okay, that is backward pointing arrow, backward arrow. Now when we use this key, it erases a character to the left of the cursor. Let us see how the backspace key functions with the help of an example. Now what we have seen on the delete key is that it erases or deletes the character on the right of the cursor. Okay, cursor na leibadudagi yet on the muthatli haibane. Akonya sigise backspace key ni usi tawdisna hana tawgina delete key ni. Delete key dadi cursor na haibadi blink toraga ngalaga pit ngalaga leibado adudugi yet on the khatli haibane delete keys na. But sigi backspace key haise keyboard ta backspace ana thabasu yawi, aduga some other keyboards ana keyboard karadana left point over sumana left point over arrow in a yekusu yawi keyboard karada. Okay, sigi backspace key na tawriba thabak si karino hai kana masu character muthatweni delete key gumna. Okay, similar to the delete key, it also erases characters, but how? It erases character to the left of the cursor. Sida cursor se suppose computer gi khoi makha maning de layang khaji adudi mana delete o matamda oirom da kakane wasina. Backspace delete key na kadawi delete key na mana cursor si lay bisi yet on the kakpa. Say the cursor se suppose cursor is in between PUO ONT O ga T ga marka le. Kaya na delete key na magni if I press delete key here, it will delete the character T, the letter T, because delete key deletes a character to the right. Delete key di yet on the kakpani na T se mut kine delete key na magadi. But when I press backspace key from the keyboard, backspace na magadi, it will delete to the left cursor gi left from the habadi o se kakrane. Understood? Angani ko mayam backspace key na magadi oirom do ina kakani cursor na laiba positions dagi cursor na laiba positions si o ga t ga gi o letter si ga t letter si gi marakta cursor se laireng khasi suppose according to the book si gi like si gi matung ina ana si dega cursors na laiba si o ga t ga gi marakta ni ado aini sa delete key na magadi delete key di yet on the kakpani na t kakrani ado aina suppose da backspace key na magadi o zero ina kakhine keno the backspace key di oirom da cursor na laiba positions dagi oirom da ke. Understood? Okay students, gyan tani ko sana haise delete key ga backspace key ga se yamaru oi keyboard ta ko be delete key na cursor na laiba positions dagi yerom da kakpa backspace key na cursor na laiba positions dagi oirom da kakpa khangani ko ado akoina si o je kake hagadi delete key sijanagadi si cursor si o ji gi mamang se porane ado akoina backspace key sijanagi hagadi si o ji gi hek matung da porapasda aduga oirom da kakna aduna akoina backspace key sijanadunina o ji gi hek matung da pora isi se cursor si kaino hagadi cursor na lay position ji oirom da ka aga o sakidani. So let us see how backspace key functions with the help of an example. Now, suppose you want to correct the spelling by using the backspace key. Now it is the same example as we have seen for the we have already seen for delete key also. Now name the spelling of a computer system here wrongly. Okay, it is spelled wrongly here. That is COMPUTER instead of COMPUTER. It is written as PUO. The O is extra here, so you want to delete this letter O. So using this backspace key, what you have to do, you have to bring the cursor just after the letter O. Then you can press the backspace key so that it will delete the letter to the left of the cursor position. Cursor position is left of the cursor. O heck cursor. Use the arrow keys. Now we have 4 arrow keys: left arrow key, right arrow key, up arrow key, and down arrow key. So using that arrow key, what you have to do, use the arrow keys and take the cursor to the right of the letter to be erased. That is, we want to erase this letter O, so we have to bring the cursor to the right of the letter which we want to erase. O se delete to pamanina koi O ji head yet on the Quran. Now after that, after bringing the cursor just to the right of the letter to be erased, press backspace key. It erases the letters O, okay, here, and the spelling gets corrected. Spelling chumani the O se kasa kame extra O se log spelling je chumani. Okay. Now this is how a backspace key works. Backspace key na thabak to je magi function je oirom da kakpasine delete key na yelom da kekpa. Hangani ko. Now let's see the testing time. Type your full name in Notepad. Now just as we have done in the delete key also, you can type your name in the Notepad, your full name. Now delete your surname with the help of the backspace key. Now what we have done is akoina mamangda na surname uthap matamda delete key sijanagi hamna surname ki letter kwai ahambado adugi mamangda thame. Okay, we bring the cursor to the first letter of your surname while deleting using the delete key. But here, if you want to delete with the backspace key, what you have to do, you have to bring the cursor to the last letter of your surname, just after the last letter, just to the right of the last letter of your surname. And surname do adudugi yetlom surname do gi aroiba letter do adugi yetlom the cursor do pora ani duga backspace namaga muthalane. Just as what we have done for the delete key, if you select the whole surname using the mouse and press the backspace key, it will recognize, it will take it as a character, okay, one character only, and it will delete the whole surname. Masagi mouse na sijanaraga whole ming ama natraga surname do whole select obiraba duga backspace namadi amutangda pulap ka kharane masagi. Once at a time, it will delete all the words only once. Backspace key nama select already one character in the way in the plug. No need for typing the backspace key again and again to delete the letters one by one. Okay, you can just select whole word and press on the backspace key. Backspace key the whole word, the mouse key through the key select or with the help mouse. If you select the whole word and if you press on the backspace key only once, you will delete the whole word once at a time. Okay, now let's see here. Next is control key. Now the control key is called CTRL in short. Now in the keyboard also it is written as CTRL. There are two control keys on a keyboard. Keyboard control key is CTRL. Hane yaugani shortcut che ko control key CONTROL control jesi shortcut CTRL. Si katang yaugani control and thane full thada. Okay. Ado ani yawi masi keyboard short control keys, they are located just below the two shift keys. Just below the two shift keys key heck makhada yaugane left tama right tama keyboard key. Okay, now just as the shift key, the control key is also mostly used with other keys. Shift key nahan mamangda koi class the first video session to where shift key is atopa key ga function to where the shift key also work with in combination with some other keys. So the control key is also work with some other keys. Now it is a special key that helps to perform various functions. The control key performs various functions in a computer. Now this key is especially helpful in performing various keyboard shortcuts like copy, paste, and save. For example, if you want to copy something, you can use the keyboard shortcut like Control plus C equal to copy. If you want to copy something, a word, a line, a correct a page, okay, or some paragraph, you can use this keyboard shortcut. It is Control plus C. Control plus C means you have to keep pressing the control and you have to press C only once. Sida akoina shortcut the control key se kamai season copy to the season copy to season kamai control key se namaga thamani namaga adum thamaga press roga aduga C se amutang khak namba adune control plus C the control ga C ga amutang plum namino hai control se nama thamani C se amutang namani copy to hai aduga ni muthado ko ya. Likewise, if you want to paste it and copy to report to try the product ni no have ma part the am product ni ngadi control plus V nambi and control plus V namaga paste or name. And after that, kita control plus S namagana set to go. Okay, these are the keyboard shortcuts. There are many other keyboard shortcuts. Okay, that is why it is a special key that has to perform various functions. Not only this, copy, paste, and save. We can use to open a new file. We can use to cut a file, cut a some words or some cut a file or paste a file, copy a file, save a file. You can use or print a file if you want to print something, some letter or some document. Also, you can use the keyboard shortcut like Control P. Control P namagadi when you print over the season A. Mind the keyboard key shortcut keys. Mayam control key season okay. Now let's now here ends our chapter number 5. Chapter number 5 Lore Saida. Now this is a testing time. Let's see here. Now type a few lines about your home on the computer. Okay, you can do these at home. Now select various words each time and try the following keyboard shortcuts. Now these are the keyboard shortcuts. Some keyboard shortcuts are given here. Observe what happens. Write your result in the space provided below. Now Control plus A. Now when we press Control plus A, all the words or the whatever you are writing all will be selected at once. Control A namatamda loinamak select overnever. No need for using the mouse, no need for using the arrow keys. Arrow keys season address shift key season address mouse season address control plus A say shortcut say keyboard gi namatamda ang iriba wahay kudimak loinamak select overnever. Okay, then control plus X na cut tawnaba. Okay, to cut a selected text, there is a selected word, a selected line, a selected paragraph, but you have to first select in order to cut something. Okay, and after that this is control plus B. Control plus B is na kayo bold. Bold means what? To make it darken. Sa iri bawa hay says lagi na si box mudra. Sa iri ba sidi mudeo. Sa lagi na si box na mubeli. Sa so the arrow keys have a mui. Si sine bold hay si muhali. Si se control plus B namagadi murakane. The 104 keys hay dang mui tay si mudi na 104 keys hay select orga control plus B namakan sumani mura kadene ta hay kadene. Then control plus N sina kina anova any new document namlong ba anda aduguma kanda aduguma matamda akoina sigi control plus N season A. Most computers keyboard have minimum of 104 keys. 104 keys learn may awi computer anambana minimum da yamdrabda 104 keys di awi hen bazu yai do yamdrabda 104 keys di yaw. Now the keys of the keyboard must be pressed gently. Keyboard yauri bangeng je koi tamna tamna namgadabani. There are spaces in between the keys where dust gathers easily. You can use a soft brush to clean a keyboard. Keyboard ki marakta gap macha macha amam leibani. Adeda fattaba ifun keke mayam changba yai aduna kaina brush macha amonba noraga sengdokpa yai keyboard ta ko adubu computer muthala kana senggadami computer tharaga sengbadi yadi. Now let us recall what we have done. The arrow keys, delete keys, backspace key, and the shift and control keys. Shift and control keys are generally used along with other keys. Topa mayang season khange backspace key na it deletes a character to the left, delete key to the right, arrow keys na left, right, up, down. Okay, this is what we have done in this chapter, and we have completed this chapter also. Gyan taramgani ang khale aina sana haiba singsi gyan taramgani ang khale sigi chapter si loire sidaida. Okay. ado mathangi masigi video session class yi loisalaji saida mathangi next video session class ta sana practical oina ꯍꯥꯡꯉꯒ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯠꯄꯦꯗꯇꯨꯗ ꯍꯥꯡꯉꯒ ꯃꯃꯤꯡ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ some letters ꯈꯔ some text ꯈꯔ ꯏꯔꯒ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ control key shift key delete key backspace key ꯅ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯨꯊꯠꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯁꯥꯔ practical ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ video session class ꯇꯧꯔꯁꯤ. Okay students, for today let's stop here. Okay, stay home, stay safe and be healthy.